Alright boys, Battacor time. It is Battacor time. This weapon, by far the most underrated primary in the game. Welcome to another episode of revisiting top 10 primary weapons, my top 10 primary weapons video. The Battacor is so good. It has always been good. And D dared to give us this augment that literally nerfs the weapon. Where is it? Sentient, where is it? Sentient barrage. This thing, like, oh my god, I can't believe it, bro. So you give me punch through on the Altfire, and only if I am able to reach a full charge by refilling it and, you know, killing 3 enemies at the same time, then the next charge is dealing crazy damage. Okay, that's cool and all. Like, you will deal a really high number. That's nice, but do you really care? Because the primary fire is so good on its own. Honestly, the alt fire has a bit of issues. First of all, it doesn't benefit from multi-shot at all. So this could be accurate if you want to go that way, but I wouldn't suggest it. And at the same time, you also have actual AoE on the alt fire like this. It is more consistent to hit it. Like, this rides 3.4 meters. But let me tell you, the alt fire, I don't believe for a second that this range is true. For some reason, it hits randomly enemies that are like 10 meters away. It has happened so many times. I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know what's happening. But here's the build. The build is focused around aiming a lot. So if you don't have a Riven like I do, you would either go for bladed rounds, which I don't have. Okay, that's crazy. Or hammer shot. Hammer shot, in my opinion, is better because the weapon status chance is really high, and you know, it's normal, but getting it higher, it becomes extremely good. This was also a one-of-a-kind weapon back when I made the video, because we didn't have fire manual weapons continuously, and this auto burst feature was something that only the Battacor had. This has been kind of removed from the game because every burst weapon has it now, and that makes it so that the Battacor in theory isn't as good anymore, but it would still be it's still dealing so much damage that I can easily just put it on this list. Also, if you want more AoE, if you do go for the sentient barrage mode, use the same build as I did, but go viral instead, or sorry, blast instead. Blast is gonna feel a lot better, but I just suggest to stick with this build. This build is by far the best, and yeah. So I do have Zada's Whisper on me right now, and I don't really need to use it, but if I do, it's gonna deal a lot more damage. So Altfire, you know, I shoot up there, it hits down there. It's exactly what I was talking about. It doesn't make any sense, but the damage of this weapon doesn't make any sense in general. Also here, I didn't hit anybody. You see what I mean? It feels bugged. There is some weird stuff going on with this Altfire, for sure. And I can't really tell what it is. But what I can tell you is that this weapon deals extreme damage. Like, ridiculous damage to enemies. And if I add Zara, then, you know, the multi-CO stuff happens, and the moment you hit a headshot with this weapon, it's over. If you hit a headshot, enemy dies. 100%. So, you know, this weapon gives you some of the best of both worlds. You have a AoE alt fire with a fully auto burst primary fire that deals crazy damage to enemies. The only reason why people don't really use this weapon is its acquisition method being from Fortuna. You have to farm a lot of resources from Fortuna. Also, I know the numbers don't seem large, but the DPS on this thing is genuinely crazy. Also, make sure to aim so you get galvanized scope, because I wasn't for a bit. I kind of forgot about it. This is why sometimes I suggest people to not use galvanized scope, especially when it comes to weapons that feel comfortable to use without aiming them. It is for this exact reason. Like, you would probably use galvanized scope on something like the Thermor, but I wouldn't use galvanized scope on something like the Burston, because the moment I go into encounter mode on the Burston Prime, I would never ever scope in again, you know? That's kind of my idea, at least. So you know. Very cool weapon. I would still put it at number 7. Either keep this on number 7 and put Tramna Prime on number... Or keep this on number 8 and put Tramna Prime on number 7. Or just have things as they are right now. I'm still fine with both of them. This weapon would 100% still make the list. This is such a great weapon. And Blast on this weapon is actually really good. Like, regardless if you go primary or wildfire build, Blast feels really good. I just prefer corrosive heavily, you know? I really do. Now, obviously, with these weapons, when it comes to having both primary and AoE, like having best of both worlds, you do not really expect high KPM, you expect high damage. And high damage is something you really like. High KPM can be achieved with this weapon if you choose to go Prime Shred instead of the Riven, but it's not really something that you would do every time. I, for one, would not want Prime Shred on this weapon. I don't need it. Just kill someone, then go to the next guy and keep going. Because, I mean, one burst usually kills them anyway, so I really, really like that. So let's wait for Acolyte. And you know, because it's multi-CO as well, the moment you get some stacks onto the enemy, it becomes even better. The innate magnetic is also really, really cool on this weapon. You don't actually need to waste a mode on magnetic might. And if you want to get even more damage, you can actually go radiated reload pretty confidently on this one. But yeah, look at that damage onto the Eximus. Compared to the Tramna from the other video, this is like night and day on how quick the Eximus enemies die with this. Holy shit. But of course, Tramna has the Altfire, so the KPM, the life support issues that I have right now wouldn't be present on the Tramna. Anyways, here's the Acolyte. I don't need my primary, my Altfire rather. I need my primary, and I need to shoot him. Because as you can see, the primary fire shreds him completely. So yeah, don't do Sentient Barrage. You're wasting potential of your primary fire, which is Omega OP, to get essentially the Opticore, but a bit better. If you want to do that, then yeah, go ahead. But if you want to play this weapon and abuse it to the best of its abilities, do not use the augment. It's bait. Just shoot, target, die. You know? Acuity could also be cool on this weapon, but I find Acuity more of a disruption mission mode, you know? And as a disruption mission mode would be absolutely insane, but we don't really need to do that for every mission. If you're doing for something like this, you need to have some decent damage on body shots as well. And this weapon will provide that, so you're fine not using Acuity. Because, for example, that Eximus right there, if I had Acuity, he would never die. But now I kill him very, very quickly, even though his back is turned against me. It's really nice. Alright, let's get out. Battacor is still an amazing weapon, and I love it. I'm gonna do a spoiler. The number 2 weapon on the original list was a Tenetetra. But there is a weapon currently in the game that was added to the game very recently. This year, in fact. It is basically the Battacor, but on steroids. I don't even know how to describe that weapon, like its power, because I don't even know what its power is gonna be like when I release the video. that kind of hints what weapon it even is, because damn. I can imagine that weapon being possibly as strong as the Stalta when the video gets released. I do hope that's the case, but we will see. Regardless, the Battacor is incredible. It's still absolutely incredible. Now, for tomorrow's video, I'm not gonna do a weapon from my list. I'm instead gonna do one of the new weapons, because there has been a new weapon in the game that would definitely deserve the number 6 spot over the original number 6 spot on my list, and that is the Bass Assist. This thing is so good, and we're gonna talk about it tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. I love this thing, and glory to the Bass Assist. It's so good. So yeah, thank you very much for watching another video of mine, and I will see you on the next one.